Hey, everybody. Welcome to Liberty Libations, episode 174. Sitting in for Jake this week, I'm Zach Varnell. We're joined by repeat guest, Matthew Grzynkowicz. Did I nail it?
Yes, you got it.
All right. And then we have Zane, Placie, Alden, Hardee, and Steve Hilton will be here before long. So what's going on, Matthew? I think you're just here to hang out, right?
Yeah, I have nothing to plug, nothing to talk about. Really, just wanted to come on. Found it fun last time, so might as well come on again.
Okay.
Love it.
Cool. I'm way happier to just hang out than have to interview somebody and hear about their book that we forced ourselves to read or whatever. But
Which you probably didn't even read. You just put it through, AI and tell you what it's about.
Please give me the cliff notes.
The rock notes, yeah.
All right. So what are you guys drinking tonight? What you got there, Zane?
I've got some Kirkland Lime hard seltzer.
All right. How's that compare to the Claw?
I guarantee you, if there was a blind taste test, you would not be able to tell.
All right. That's high praise because
yeah.
The knockoffs are usually terrible. So.
Well, this isn't just any knockoff. This is Kirkland. Signature.
I mean, the way that Kirkland products go, it's like just they put their name on it. So like White Claw might make it. I don't fucking know. Like
that's true.
Who where it's sourced or whatever. But I got a guava blackcurrant sour and some tequila.
Nice.
You're the king of sidecars. Are you imbibing anything, Matthew? Or
I didn't last time, and I try not to drink because history of alcohol is in the family. But today,
fair enough.
I got a Modelo.
Hey, the Negro.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
okay.
That's what I have.
Now I wish I had that with my tequila. Oh, you got Modelo too, right on.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump into it. Let me see. I kind of forget how things work. Boom. I'll share this. All right. So our first story we're talking about, let's see, what's the Iran. So we're going to talk about Iran. So the first thing we have here is Piers Morgan, Megyn Kelly, and all of these are new to me. I haven't seen any of this. I don't think maybe some of you have, but Jake put this together.
You honestly expect that I did any preparation for this show? You should know.
No, but that. I mean, I know you're a big enough nerd that you might just be consuming political content anyway. I don't know.
I'm basically just here to learn about the news on actively on this show. I don't contribute anything. I'm just here listening.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything from you, Alden. Come on.
Yeah. We all know now, yeah.
But anyway, let's check this out, I guess, and then we'll comment on it. So maybe this will be a little better, than the regular Piers Morgan where everybody's just yelling at each other. It's just, 1v1.
I don't see any upside in this being strung out through the summer. Do you?
No, this has been a disaster for the Trump administration and for our country and for the world. I mean, the global fuel supply, just take a look at the numbers. You've got American, European airlines, Middle East airlines now completely revamping their forecast for this year. We reported this morning that American Airlines had projected a $4 billion profit expected this year. It's all been wiped out. They said the entire thing has been wiped out by the rising price of jet fuel. Spirit Airlines just went over here in America. They were already struggling for years, but this didn't help. And all of that's going to eventually get passed on to the consumer. So, and that's just one example. That's airline fuel. I mean, forget prices at the actual gas pump and the cost of oil in general, which tends to skyrocket energy and other prices. All of that's coming even if we end the war today. So my best advice to the president would be give the Iranians the deal they want. They seem to be willing to deal on the Strait of Hormuz, which of course is an absurd place to be. It was open before this war. If we had just left them alone, we would never have this problem. But give them a deal to get that thing back open because it does need to open back up. And let them give you a fig leaf on nuclear ambitions. Because look, we already devastated their ability to develop a nuclear weapon back in June with the strike on the plants. We know that. We know they were nowhere near getting a nuclear bomb from our own intelligence community, who told that to President Trump just before we unleashed this war on them. So we don't need much from the Iranians on that front. They haven't gotten better able to produce a nuke as a result of this war. Just get out. Let them give us some stupid fig leaf that we can declare as somehow a victory. Oh, it's better than Obama's joint, agreement, and reopen the strait, which is the number one thing. You did decimate pieces of their military. Great. Call it a win. This is a nightmare. We don't have to get into the specifics, but get out. Just get out. And what you can see, Piers, is he knows that. He knows that. But the Iranians know it too. And they won't just bend the knee. And Trump is not used to being in this position. He's used to bullying his way out of everything. And these guys cannot be bullied. And he doesn't know what to do. He's great at shit talking, and he's really not great at winding up wars that he starts by choice. That's what we're learning.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Matthew, what do you think about this whole thing? What about what she said, Iran? Give us what you got.
I mean, we have made Iran a much powerful power than it was before. I mean, the intelligence community knew Iran could shut down the strait, but it had never been done, right? So the United States had that power on the world stage. It's kind of like Russia going into Ukraine. Everyone thought Ukraine would be wiped out in a week, and that's not what's going on. And we are seeing the downfall of American empire. Like we are living in the decline, and we're in denial, sort of like the British, who, I mean, they know their empire's gone. They still have, a king, and they still play pretend. But, it's absolutely tragic that the president who ran on war or no war is now waging the same. And, it ties in with Epstein as well. I mean, everyone acted like Trump was entirely different from the elite. He's the good billionaire. He's the guy who will come in and drain the swamp. And he is the swamp. He's been in the swamp his entire life. So, I mean, I hope this war ends. I mean, the gas is $4.50 where I live. I don't know how much it is where you all live, but
Dang. Not quite that high yet here, but
it's expensive. And I have to drive an hour every day to work there and then back. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm doing 100 miles a day back and forth. Plus, if I go get groceries or whatever else I'm doing, I mean, I'm looking at getting an electric car. That's what I'm looking at, because it's just unaffordable. And, Trump is utterly failed on basically all of his promises. And I think, it is what it is. I guess we have 2 more years of this. So,
yeah. So in what way does this tie back to Epstein? You think he's being blackmailed by Israel?
There's a possibility. I mean, most politicians, I've seen some that'll even Tucker, they'll imply maybe, but they won't say outright. I think Israel told Bill Clinton, Netanyahu told Bill Clinton back in the 90s, we have stuff on Monica Lewinsky and you. And he didn't care, and it ended up coming out later. But Israel has been doing this sort of thing for a long time. Mm-hmm. And this whole war is on behalf of Israel. Iran does not threaten the United States. And we don't even get most of our oil from Iran. Most of our oil comes from us, but a lot of the world gets oil from Iran. And the American empire, the point of the American empire is to secure global trade, free passage of goods. That is the American empire. It is to police the world and the seas so that we can have free trade.
We may not need oil directly, but we import almost everything now. And so oil is tied to our raw goods and stuff that we get. And it still matters.
Yeah, it matters. But, Europe is dealing with this crisis a lot worse. They're having worse oil prices. And, oil is up to, is it it's $100 a barrel? And what Trump was saying that he was expecting, $200 a barrel would be $7 a gallon in the U.S. $300 a barrel hasn't even been
I don't know if that's
gamed out.
Yeah.
No, it has never happened ever. And, all for this guy being, a populist, but, he's obviously not. And I would say Israel has a lot to do behind this. I mean, it's just not in our interest. We should have pivoted to China 2 decades ago, 3 decades ago, but instead we're just in the Middle East still, and it's absurd.
Well, whatever it is, it must be real bad with all the stuff they've already thrown at him. But sorry, Zane, go ahead.
I mean, on that point, it's like you'd almost think the type of person who you would want as president would either be the most morally upright person you can think of that has nothing to blackmail them with, or the person that everybody already knows is a scumbag, because if you have even more scumbag stuff about him, it doesn't even matter. So you would have thought that would have been Trump, but I suppose if they really do have ties about like information on Trump going to Epstein, like there still is a difference between being a scumbag and being a PDF. So yeah, I suppose if they did have that, that would make it
what it is.
The one other thing I was going to say about energy prices is, and I don't see this talked about enough, where it's really not only the price you pay at the pump, it's that the price of energy is the price of everything. Mm-hmm. Like the price to deliver stuff like groceries. How does the grocery get from the farm to the grocery store? It has to be transported using probably oil. You know, all the stuff that you buy on Amazon, how does it get delivered from the factory to the Amazon warehouse to your door? Probably using oil.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying.
So it's like
we also don't make much domestic.
How many? Mm-hmm. It's like how many manufacturing processes actually use oil as
oil is used in so much. I mean, fertilizer is oil, like
plastics,
and this like. For a party that has been, dying on the hill of no green energy, none of that, just keep the oil flowing. It's kind of absurd that we have, gone into this war. I mean, it is going to raise the prices of everything. I think if he continues until the midterms, which, hopefully he does not, but if he does, like, prices of everything is going to be worse than COVID. I mean, that's just what it's going to be.
Well, it's on top of that too, because we had the inflation during that period, and then so it's like it's a 1-2 punch really, because that didn't just go away. So it's
and like even the COVID inflation, as much as it's politically convenient to blame it on Biden, was also about equally Trump's fault for like all the helicopter money.
Yeah, so, I think some people conveniently forget that he was there for the beginning of that with the warp speed thing or whatever.
He sent out the first check too, which I mean, I think if you're going to lock people in their homes basically and not allow them to work, you should at least somehow, allow them to afford their bills, which you didn't pause.
Which is such a government thing to do, though, in general, to be like, here's the solution to the problem that we made, but I hear you though.
And it goes even further back because, it likely came out of a lab in Wuhan, which has been basically admitted, but not talked about, and not really like our politicians don't really talk about it. And the
people that tried to talk about it early on were absolutely silenced and shadow banned. And
I was one of the people who was like, those people are morons. I was one of the people who was like, obviously someone ate a bat in Wuhan. That's what happened. What do you mean?
I could really appreciate that, though, that you're able to like really reflect on it and be like, you know what, based on the information that's coming out, because I think it's all too common to defend a position that we had, or like to protect our political identity, or like the dissonance of that.
So that's I will tell you, in 7th grade, that's when Donald Trump was elected for me.
16,
Yeah, I supported him. And I changed my mind a year later, and I was like, "Oh no, Bernie was right." I mean, my family supported Trump, so it was like, okay, whatever, this guy. And then, they were Republicans. My grandmother liked Mitt Romney. She was like big on Mitt Romney back when he ran.
One of the few that was against Trump and saying he's not a real Republican. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
well, he sucks too.
Yeah, well, she was a fan of him in 2012, and I remember her having like stickers on her car or whatever, Mitt Romney. And so she was a Republican. I knew that. And then Trump, I was like, okay. And I watched the debates. I've always been into politics. And I watched the debates since like 6th grade, 7th grade on the TV. And Trump was just so funny. Like, he was so funny. And I was a middle schooler. I was like, this guy, he's like coming out here and calling like Ted Cruz names. He's
basically a middle schooler also. Like,
literally, I was a middle schooler, and I'm 23. Like, my brain still isn't developed. Like, even now. So back then, imagine. And I was just like, this guy's cool. And then later on, I was like, so I considered myself a libertarian at one point because I think people should do what they want to do. Like, I don't care, do whatever you want.
You're in good company here then.
Yeah. But, now you can call me like a libertarian, leftist, a socialist, whatever. I mean, I still think people should do what they want. I mean, I'm not in favor of like rampant crime or drug use or things like that, but do what you want. But I think my morals are like, I support, I think people deserve a decent quality of life. And I think that can only happen through, regulation and not like the huge bureaucracy. But anyways, I was a big fan of Trump at the time. And so I've changed my mind, and I'll openly tell people.
I feel Zane wanting to jump in on this one.
I was actually going to suggest that if you haven't already, look into the political philosophy of distributism, which is
distributism.
Yeah, it comes out actually out of Catholic, like Roman Catholic social teaching, but it's kind of the idea of it's not that the state owns the means of production. It's that all the means of production are kind of distributed among like everyone owns a little piece of it. So, which I think would be awesome if you could actually like get a system that stayed like that. And maybe on a small scale, you could do that. I just suspect that's probably not a stable equilibrium.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm like gonna throw out my idea of how the world should work, or even just the United States should work, I think the most realistic thing is keeping the constitutional framework and simply reforming the economic system to where you require businesses above X number of employees to have equal ownership among the employees and give them voting power for the board or whatever else. I think that's the easiest way to ensure that people have some share in their own labor and in their own, production. But I think, I mean, what you described, I think if you could do that on a scale in the United States, I mean, why not try it? But
I actually think that you couldn't. I think if anything like that is going to work, it would entail the dissolution of we're already seeing the dissolution of the American empire, but it would involve I think the United States just as a political unit is way too big.
Possibly. I mean, I kind of hate, and as a leftist, I don't know how this sounds, but I kind of hate the fall of the American empire. I want my children to grow up in a country where they're doing better than me. I want my children to have the wealth of the imperial core. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, this should be everywhere. But I think it's like, it's kind of sad that I'm going to have it probably worse off than my parents' generation as a whole. And my children, I mean, who knows?
I mean, I'm a little older than you, and I'm already noticing that at my side of things. Like, I think it was like the dip where, at my generation or whatever. So I would think, and this isn't to say that you can't do better, but it's just that broadly speaking, the environment that you're in is just not as, conducive to it for most or whatever. But.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to turn on this light and see if the lighting's better.
Hey, we can see.
So, I mean, I think and I hope that I'll do better than my parents did. I mean, I'm a first generation college student, so I have that on me, and so I think I'll do better. I mean, I have more ambition, I think, in terms of what I want to do with my life. Like, I want to run for office one day.
And that's where it gets into, like, those are the individual things of, like,
But, like, as a whole, I worry about Gen Z. You know, so
yeah. So, I guess I would say that I don't think that the United States being an empire actually improves the standard of living of the average American. Like, I think if we could go back to being like a Jeffersonian republic instead of a world empire, I think that would increase people's standards of living, because we wouldn't be taxing ourselves to death to support a military that is not, like, as we just spent 20 minutes talking about, is actually making it more difficult to engage in free trade as opposed to the easier. So I think if we just like brought all our troops home and cut it out with the empire building, I mean, yeah, American culture might be like less hegemonic over the rest of the world than it is now. I don't think that that's like really such a big deal.
I mean, possibly, and you might be right. I think it's just coming out of like my thought about empire. When I think about American empire, I think just like what's associated in my head is the prestige, the wealth, and the power, and the influence on the world.
When you say
stage.
Power, does that include? Are we talking just financial and economic? Or are we talking militant? Because those are tied too with the taxing that goes to the military from how much wealth. But
I mean, it's
I do want to expand on that, because the benefit that America does have from being an empire is given what our monetary policy actually is, which is to print money all the time.
Modern monetary theory cannot function without American empire.
Yeah, so the fact that we are the global hegemon and we can essentially force other countries to like hold US dollars as a reserve to back up their own currencies means that we can like export inflation. Like inflation that otherwise would be happening in the United States, we can like send to other countries to happen there instead. But I would say if we just cut that out and went back to the gold standard, then we wouldn't have that problem either.
Maybe, but there might be something after modern monetary theory and not even the gold standard. There might be some international
Bitcoin.
I don't really trust any of these coins, but. Besides the point, or that's besides the point. I mean, I think there might be something afterwards, but I will say that modern monetary theory is only functions with a global empire like the United States, and we cannot just print money forever like that. Like Britain can't do it, Germany can't do it, France can't really do it. We can, because we are the only we were the superpower. We're the only superpower.
When other countries do it, like Greece or something like that, and then they collapse, like because they can't survive that, whereas we unfortunately can. Because then what we do, it like trickles away the impact of inflation, and it ripples out kind of everywhere instead of just being like right here and being like this isolated impact of it or whatever. And so when it diffuses everything across the whole globe, you know, it's a different kind of, and then when we have this like weird machine where we're able to just like keep doing it, and we have such of a credit. The credit system is basically allowing us to be like kick the can of the impact down the road, where other countries that are smaller, you know, GDPs or whatever, they can't quite do the same thing based on their amount of credit and whatever. So we're kind of like in this weird, unique position where if any other country did what we were doing, they would have been toast long ago, I think. But like we are able, because we're such a behemoth, we're able to basically kind of limp it along, and like it's just so weird, uniquely, you know, a U.S. thing. But
and you know that's gonna end. But something that Zane said, I don't remember exactly, but he said something about you know, how we fund wars or something about war. And do you know how we have funded most of our wars? It's not through raising taxes, which most countries have to do.
The Iraq War was a big cause of the housing crisis. It's like you print up all the money and you've got to like it. All this money is hanging around, and you've got to like the interest rates are so low that the inevitable result is that the housing bubble gets inflated. And the reason why you did that was because you had to print all the money and keep the interest rates low to fund the Iraq War.
Well, and I mean, we're not funding it through taxes. We're taking out loans. We're printing money, and those loans are coming from other countries which have U.S. dollars in reserves. So China keeps dollars in reserves. Russia keeps dollars in reserves. All these countries around the world keep U.S. dollars in reserves, and they loan that back to us.
Not Iran, though, I actually think.
Well, yeah, and I think they're switching. They're asking for yen now.
Because they've never acknowledged like the U.S. petrodollar system or whatever, and they didn't join the like World Bank kind of a thing, which is funny that like every nation that's basically done that and refused to do that we've gone to war with eventually or whatever. Yeah. So I feel like it was like a matter of time, but this one.
But Iran has 100 million people, and they're strategically located on the Strait of Hormuz. They can shut it down. They've threatened that. It's just an absolute disaster. I mean, we should have
higher population than I thought.
Yeah, it's like 90 something million, but if you round it up, it's 100. It's basically 100 million, and that's a third. It's a little bit less than a third of the U.S. population.
What are we, like 340, 350 or something?
It's like it's like 350 something. Yeah. I mean, around there, but and I really don't see a path forward for the American. Like I don't see how we go unless we have. I have been promoted, and I don't know how realistic this is, a Ro Khanna Thomas Massey ticket. I think Ro Khanna at the top in 2028 and Thomas Massey come in. They can
flip that around. I could get on.
No, see, I mean, you're more on the right side of things. I'm on the left side of things. So, we can debate who's at the top, but I think Ro Khanna should be at the top. And I don't think AOC is ready. I think she should just be a senator. But a lot of people on the left are like, I support AOC for president. I just don't know.
Yeah, we can tell you're a leftist because you start with, I don't know how realistic this is, but let's do it anyway.
Let's just try it out, man.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to return to one other thing that you were saying, that like you're concerned about Gen Z, and I too, being a fellow Gen Z person, am also concerned. And it's like, how can we be in a position where, like, materially we're way better off than our parents were, but yet we feel like we're a lot worse off, and like that's actually more important than the level of material condition is like how well you feel like you're doing, because like at the end of the day, that is the thing. Like it doesn't.
Well, and so I will say,
it's become a lot more difficult to do the things that people consider to be like the important things in their life. So like it's obviously gotten way more difficult to buy a house on the average person's income, even though like we can definitely get into the numbers about how like the average house in the 1950s or 1980s or something was terrible compared to the average house now, but that almost doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
The fact is you can't buy a house, and that makes people feel like they're not achieving something. Like it's way more difficult to get married and start a family than it is, or at least people feel like it is. So it's like all these important milestones just are so much more difficult to achieve than they were, even though we're materially better off.
I will say, if you look at my lighting and the bareness of my walls, that is because I'm in the process of moving from an apartment to a house I just purchased.
Oh, congrats!
So I'm 23, and I did it. And I thought I'd be in my 30s or 40s, and I wouldn't own a home. So I think I understand what you're saying, where it's like we feel like we can't. I'm dating. We're not married yet. I want to get married. I want to propose. I need to buy a ring, all that fun stuff, and I want to have kids. I mean, I don't feel like I can have kids until like my late 20s, to be honest. I mean. I would want kids right now.
I think that's much more common now to wait until like late 20s, early 30s or something and get more like quote unquote established or whatever. Like,
yeah. And well, especially with like what I want to do, like I need to excel in my career. It's not the 1950s anymore. I can't leave her at home to take care of the kids while I, excel in my career and get promotions and make more money and afford a home. We both need to.
Right.
So she needs to stay in her career. She can't take 9 months off, unfortunately, or not 9 months, but she can't take maternity leave for that long to actually take care of the kids and not impact her ability to stay in a job. Because some places they'll put your duties onto somebody else, and then when you get back, you don't really have a job. And so it's unfortunate that we live in a world where people can't live off one income. But yeah, I mean,
It's very nearsighted actually to not protect the concept of like building a family, and like it's like this thing of like we can't afford to do that right now, and eventually it's like if the birth rate falls below a certain point, it's like it's a real problem for all of us. So it's kind of this like penny before the dollar thing.
No, I mean, you all might not agree with this, being libertarians, and tell me if you do. But I think being a stay-at-home mother is a full-time job.
Oh,
and I think the government should be paying. Should be giving either tax credits or a monthly check to women who want to stay home.
That way.
Okay. I was wondering why you thought we wouldn't agree with that. I'm like,
I was like, that part. I'm like, yeah.
You guys are jerks. I'm sure you won't agree with this.
I was like, it's a lot of work, and then I'm like,
at their 9 to 5. But no, I'm kidding. But yeah, but I mean, the government should be paying. I mean, it's a job, and it's actually in the national interest to do that.
I mean, currently the protection for like when you were saying like a company that basically is like you need to go on maternity leave. It's like there's not going to be anything here for you when you get back. Like that's pretty shitty as far as a policy or whatever. So like little things like that. But sorry, Zach, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just saying, I have a 9-month-old now. It's our first kid, and just the way things kind of happened that my wife is working and I'm not, and that is definitely harder than any job I've ever had. Right now. And my wife is very, I mean, I don't even want to say helpful because she's, probably does more than I do as the stay-at-home dad or whatever. And I work some on the side, whatever. But I mean, geez, like being the primary caregiver, and I don't even know if I take that label, but it's insane. I'd probably rather like do roofing in August.
Based on the type of work that I have, like, me and my partner, like it might look the same way if we have a kid or something like that, and just do like because I can do design work on the side. I can work weird hours. I could design something at 3 a.m. if I needed to, and then take care of the kid during the day. So it might look like that. We're having it's a weird just a role flip in this country a little bit or something.
Let's say hi to Steven real quick. Hey, Steven.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Next governor of California, Stephen Hilton.
Right. What you drinking, man?
Just cracked this thing open. So it's I forget the fantasy series, but it's
Warhammer 40K.
Never mind. This is the wrong one I even grabbed out of the fridge.
No, it's that kind of day. Yeah. So
I got to see if my wife can bring me the correct one. But it was Stormfather IPA was what I was supposed to crack open. But it's local stuff, repping the Pearl and Pine out of Sonoya.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
And I just opened the wrong one.
Well,
it's the right one.
Since we have this pause in the convo real quick, let's go to the next story, which is still on Iran. But here in this Washington Post article, they're kind of talking about all the different timelines that Trump has set out and how long he said it would be and when he said that and where we stand now. So I guess like the first thing was like a few days after the war started, he said, we had projected right from the beginning, 4 to 5 weeks. So March 2nd, maybe by this chart. So that would have put 4 to 5 weeks at about end of March, beginning of April. So obviously that didn't happen. We'll be leaving very soon. I would say maybe within 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3. And that looks like it was about end of March. So that would put us at, I don't know, this chart's kind of hard to read exact dates, but like April 20th, April 21st-ish being the deadline there.
It's like the political equivalent of like 5 more minutes of sleep, 5 more minutes. Like
yeah. And it honestly looks like, he said 2 weeks on the same day. We're finishing the job. And I think within 2 weeks, maybe a couple of days longer to do the job. So that was the same day.
Remember the last time we heard 2 weeks? And just stay home for 2 weeks, and then it was another 2 weeks, and then it was 2 years, and then it was whatever.
Yeah. And then the last thing, that very same day, the war is going to be over in 3 days, my prediction. And that was April 1st. So
April Fool's.
Alden, what do you think about this whole thing, just in general? The timelines,
it's hogwash, dude. I don't listen to any politicians when they talk about specific days or numbers or plans or whatever. It's a bunch of just baloney to just pacify who's in the room at the moment, whoever is interviewing or whatever. I don't believe anybody. So I'm the worst person.
They say "Good Morning America," you look outside and you're like, "No, it's not."
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
but it's nighttime.
Full of shit. So. Is this coming from Trump? Who was saying this? Is this?
Yeah, I think that was all Trump.
Okay, yeah.
And there's more here. Like
he's full of shit always, so I don't care. Really.
So I mean the big pull, the push and pull that we have here, Iran. Let's just say that they can go on like this indefinitely. Now, granted, the sanctions we're squeezing their supply lines. We're squeezing their money supply. We're squeezing this. We're squeezing that. But the IRGC owns the infrastructure there. It's like the main power companies, the main internet companies, the main transportation companies that build the highways and the bridges. All of that, the financial sector, all of that is owned by the IRGC. So they are the nation essentially. It's the military. It's military takeover, but they have crept into all aspects of the economy. They control, I think it's like 85% of the economy.
Dang.
So it's. To bleed them is to bleed everybody in Iran, but they're willing to bleed everybody totally out for this cause. And like you can hear the recent statement this week. The Gay of Hormuz, the supreme leader that's running it right now. He was saying he didn't just say America. He didn't say Donald Trump. He didn't say the military. He said Americans. Their only place in the Persian Gulf is at the bottom of its waters. I'm like, okay, so to them, it's an ideological battle. Like for us, it's like, hey, democracy, freedom, foam bat stuff. Because we're selling make believe, we're selling something that does not fit over there. That's not their style of government. So they're dug in. This is an existential battle for them. This is their reason for living. And every time we do something else, we blow something else up. That's all that does is it just makes that stronger. And you've got, it's like something like 95% of the people that are for the IRGC. Of course, that's their own internal polling. But just flash back to like the Revolutionary War, right? It was like 3% that were for it. Everybody else was like, hey guys, quit making all that noise. Things are pretty good over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to have a little bit of that anywhere.
Right.
So anyways, in terms of a hard deadline, I've heard a very strong case made that our deadline, win, lose, or draw, is June 10th, June 11th, whenever the World Cup starts. Seriously, because we're hosting the World Cup. So
in Texas, right? Or
yeah,
I think it's all over. Aren't they doing games all over the U.S. or is it only in Texas?
Oh, it's all over the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Oh, dang! I don't know why I only heard about Texas.
Yeah, so when when that comes on over here, for the sake of travel, keeping all that safe, actually encouraging people to come out to the stadiums, like, hey, we're not at war with a terrorist nation right now. Don't worry about it. You can gather in large numbers and feel safe. We need to have this thing buttoned up.
Yeah, it's like Trump's playing Call of Duty, and his mom's like, turn that off. The game's on.
Yeah. Oh, that's even more appropriate. The game. Yeah. I feel I don't get the same because Stephen, you were talking about like the concept of like spreading democracy and whatever, and I'm like, I feel like I got that in other wars, and I feel like I'm also not the most plugged in on this, but I'm not getting the sense of that the most this time, like that's like the biggest priority. And we talked about something earlier before you got on where our own intelligence was basically like, yeah, they're pretty far from getting a nuke. And it's like, we're getting that. Whereas like in 2001, we were like, oh my God, they've got nukes under their kitchen or whatever. And that was quote unquote from our intelligence, which is ridiculous.
Well, it was from Israeli intelligence is what it was.
There you go. That's a whole, we could get into a big conversation about that.
I saw there was an IAEA report, the Atomic Energy Agency, whatever that is, IAEA. It's hard to say that fast without sounding like you're having a seizure. But they put it was like February or December or something like that, where they were actually confirmed. Yeah, right. Back in the second month in December, they were actually confirming the amount of 90% enriched uranium that the Iranians had. They were like, they're on the verge of having 6 to 10 nukes, and that was.
That's fine. I didn't even hear any of that, but
right. Well, and that was the basis. And I've seen that confirmed by, we'll call them neutral third parties, whatever. It's convenient. But even if that's the case, like the way we're doing it just stinks.
Yeah.
We're not even trying to win the war on optics anymore. We're not even trying to
that
have
was my point was
messaging or
Exactly. Like even in 2001, when it was like, I mean, total bullshit. At least it felt like they were really trying to pitch a certain narrative or whatever. And now I feel like it's like really just vague and muddy and weird and like almost like no one's like, and they're like, who cares? Like we're just gonna do it anyway, kind of feeling. Like
hasn't the US kind of sent the signal that having nukes is the only way to not get messed with, though? Like, I don't want them to have a nuke, whatever, but it's hard to blame them for wanting one when they see Gaddafi didn't have nukes and he got drugged to the streets and bayoneted in the butt.
Yeah. And now North Korea
does have nukes. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And we haven't talked about North Korea in years.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Fair. Yeah, but it's there. Yeah. I wish no one had nukes, honestly. That would be like not my perfect world, but just an aspect of it that I would be like, I wish I didn't have to worry about it anywhere. But
well, there is the conspiracy theory that nukes don't exist and that it's all just to keep us in line.
I've heard this, which is funny.
I wish that were true. I don't think it is. Well, if you meet a regular like dude who went to college scientist, they could be like, nah, I know how exactly how it would all work. I can't make one, and there's maybe a few gaps, but like it all makes sense. So I tend to believe there are nukes and we've used them. But
I mean, I've seen even just test explosions under the water and stuff. I'm like, that was a big ass bomb. So like, call it whatever you want. We have some serious militant power, like regardless of whether it quote unquote
with or without nukes.
Yeah,
we have a way to cause some serious havoc.
Yeah.
Well, we have the hydrogen bomb. We still have that. That's even worse, just no nuclear fallout. And then you have the neutron bomb, which, what was it? Back in like the late 90s that like the Vatican even gave that award for like the most humanitarian military weapon ever invented.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it has the blast radius, it has the destruction of a nuclear warhead, but no radiation release.
No fallout. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you don't totally destroy the water table and the ecosystem.
No, you just kill all of humanity.
I was gonna say oh man.
Which, to be humanitarian, you would think that wouldn't kill so many humans, but you would think the best military weapon for like the Catholics would be like one that makes you like want to dance uncontrollably, or like one of the just turns you gay or whatever.
Smallpox or something like what they did in America. Just pop on some pillows. It's the best weapon.
Yeah.
Although for that, germ theory of disease hadn't even been thought of yet. So did they do that on purpose, or was that just like, oops, we didn't know?
I have no idea. But the Catholics, they have that big archive of information. Maybe they knew about it. You never know.
You mean the Vatican Library? Like
yeah, well, like the Vatican. It's not called the library, isn't it? Called like the Vatican.
It's the archives
or whatever.
Is it archives or is it start with a C? I don't know. It starts.
I thought it was like. I've heard catacombs or whatever, but
catacombs are where you store dead people.
Oh, then it's not.
There's one of those in Paris as well, I think, right? But
what's the one for bones?
They have like an underground library system that has like miles of shelves apparently or something, and no one's allowed.
It has all the alien information in there.
Yeah,
there's a theory that it was partly harvested from the Library of Alexandria before it was burned, so that they could control the information or whatever that was there. But
I think what it is that the Byzantines, which is just the Eastern Roman Empire, got it, and then whenever the Latins, was it the Third Crusade or the Fourth Crusade, like sacked Constantinople, they took it to Rome. At that point, is like I think what happened, but
regardless of how it got there, there's a lot there, and they don't let anyone in there anyway. So it's odd, it's weird.
Yeah.
Well, our next topic is very closely related, and we kind of already hit on it. But let me see if I can switch the Chiron.
I thought that said instead of the war drags onward, I thought that said the war on drag for a second. It's like this is.
I read it like that too. Yeah.
Wait, war on drag? Where do I sign up?
That's that's what I thought it said for a second.
All right. So this says, feel the difference. Trump before and after AIPAC funding.
The donors, the special interests, the lobbyists have very strong power over these people. They have a lot of control over our politicians. And I don't say that favorably.
This is our first Jewish president.
They always have to have the Jewish music in the background.
You're not going to support me, even though you know I'm the best thing that could ever happen to Israel. You're not going to support me because I don't want your money. I love Israel. I'm with you all the way. You will be bigger, better, stronger.
And a lot of bad decisions that are being made for the benefit of lobbyists and special interests. You better get rid of the super PACs because they're causing a big problem.
We have to get the people of our country, of this country, to love Israel more. That are Jewish people, that are great people, they don't love Israel enough.
The donors, the special interests, the lobbyists have...
All right. And I feel like that's probably just a sample. There's been a lot of nonsense like that recently.
Well, he goes back on a lot of things that he said in general, so it's just par for the course, I guess. Like,
yeah. Any thoughts on that, Stephen?
Yeah, it's an interesting turn of events for sure. It's almost like he had to forge some alliances to get the momentum he needed to get back in there.
That is interesting too, because there's like this weird unprecedented gap in his terms or whatever. That is funny.
It almost makes you wonder who.
I was gonna say we've never seen him hold so fast to an alliance before. It's been like we're allied for a little bit, and then like 3 months down the road, okay, screw you, dude, that's over.
That's how flippant he is. It's weird.
Yeah, like Alex Jones, like he'll go on Alex Jones's show and he's like, "I'm gonna make you really proud, man." 3 months later, low IQ, this guy's a moron.
Yeah, but no wavering on Israel. It's
right. It makes you wonder who really rigged the 2020 election, right?
I mean,
because if anybody's playing 4D chess,
yeah.
If I have that kind of power and I'm playing 4D chess, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and rig this one. They'll have a couple of years of nothing.
Isn't 4D chess just chess across time?
Yeah.
I never understood the 4D chess.
No, because
isn't all chess across time?
You'd still be having to play 3D chess across time.
That's what I'm. But isn't that the fourth? Never mind. I don't care.
It's height. You have several boards.
That's just 3D chess, is it not?
Yeah, 3D chess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. That's 3D chess.
Yeah,
that's 3D chess with an extra step.
And the fourth dimension is everyone's arguing about what you're really doing. You know, is it a man or a bear or a pig?
I never got that.
But then you get the agenda.
Terrestrials, I guess.
I guess I'm just an idiot, but.
All right, anyway. And then we have another very similar video, and we can keep commenting on this. Sarah's tab instead. All right. Oh, this is just showing
publishers as well as editors.
How much money everyone's got.
Common responsibilities in the face of a common danger. The events of recent weeks may have helped to illuminate that challenge for some, but the dimensions of its threat have loomed large on the horizon for many years. Whatever our hopes may be for the future, for reducing this threat or living with it, there is no escaping either the gravity or the totality of its challenge to our survival and to our security. A challenge that confronts us
I like that some of these
in
people
unaccustomed
get like
ways
2 mansions
in every
and some
sphere
gets like
of
a
human activity.
Yeah, my gosh, it's everybody.
And,
I don't know if we're
and they still dick ride just as hard, no matter if it's like $10,000 or like $1 million. Like,
yeah,
I saw one of the graphics and it was like the guy had received $10.
Oh yeah,
he's in. Yeah,
he's probably getting more than the money. To be honest, he's probably going over there and getting male prostitutes or something and hiding it up. Like that's what's seriously going on. But
the $10 is almost just like when you're like, I need to technically pay you to be my lawyer. Like here's $10, like so that I'm legally your client. Like it's just that little binding element, like where it means nothing actually.
Well, that is the weird thing about some of this. Like, okay, the ones where it says they got $1 million+, like I can see it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to bat for the guy giving me $1 million.
Mm-hmm. But
the people who got 9,000 or whatever, it's like that might buy me like 2 weeks of being on your side. But after that, like I need another check.
Groceries for a season or something. That's not enough.
And even the people who got like 100,000, like that's a lot, but it's like, I've made money through work before, but I'm not their advocates for the rest of my life. So there has to be something else going on with a lot of these people.
That's like what Matthew's suggesting.
Yeah, they're all blackmailed. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an a la carte menu of like, vote yes for this bill.
Yeah.
Possibly. Vote no for this bill. $9,000
for the war in Iran. I'll take it.
You can either have. It feels like a game show. It's like, would you rather have what's behind door number 1, $2 million, or like $6,000 and a trip to Epstein Island? And you're like, oh man, such a tough choice. Like,
or $6,000 and we don't tell about your trip to Epstein Island.
Well, that's what that's about. Exactly. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
That's how that works.
You mean I get to do math with Hawking?
You know, they put him in a submarine and took him around. Like, just imagine that for a minute. So you loaded him up in his wheelchair. Yeah. I guess you positioned him so he's looking out the window. And they took him around in a submarine.
Yeah, gave him a seat by the screen door. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it is time for trivia now. So
what does he get out of the island? You know, can he get it up? How does that work?
Dude.
Who even knows? Didn't he die a few years ago?
I think so.
I honestly can't even remember.
We're speaking ill of the dead, but
well, he's not
been on that list. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, him and his Henry Kissinger.
Oh God, not a fan.
All right, trivia. Let's do this.
How do we do this again?
Sweet.
All right, everyone. Welcome to another round of Libations Trivia. We're glad you're here. As usual, we will have trivia in 3 rounds. Round 1 is 8 questions, 1 point each. Round 2 is 6 questions, 2 points each. And round 3 is 4 questions, 3 points each. If you are in the audience, please leave a comment with your answer.
No doubt.
And the first answer that's not obviously a joke will be counted as the audience answer. Our contestants here will write down their answer on a piece of paper or a whiteboard.
Why can't it be a blackboard, Zane? Why's it got to be a whiteboard?
We made the same joke like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Because he wants to.
Did I make it? Because that would be bad if I made it and forgot. But
I forget who did.
I am always drinking heavily on this show. So.
If somebody brought out chalk and a blackboard, I'd be impressed.
Just like the sound all the time. Yeah. I used to have a blackboard, but it was one of the marker ones.
Boring.
Yeah.
All right. Tonight's categories. Round 1, off to the races. Round 2, happy Star Wars Day on Monday. So we've got some Star Wars trivia. And round 3, financial panic years. You know, after last week's episode, I just thought everyone needed to learn more about 19th century monetary policy. So this is the category I went with.
Well, at least it's only 19th century. You're not going back further, potentially.
All right, round 1, off to the races. Question 1. The 2026 edition of the Kentucky Derby was won by what racehorse?
I honestly forgot, and I live in Louisville.
Dude.
I don't watch the Derby. I'm sorry, but I don't know what to tell you. I'll do a dumb answer.
All the racehorses have really dumb names.
I know.
If you write down something dumb, it might be right.
I'm going to make it up, and it could be right. I'm just making some shit up, but maybe it's right.
Steven?
I just said the one in first place.
Yeah, that is right.
Alden?
Pharaoh's cock, obviously.
Zach?
Alden's mom.
Matthew? No race, I'll tell you that.
I just did Secretariat. I mean, that's the only one I remembered.
Is that from this last year? Is that a real name?
Yeah, that's a real name. That's like the most famous winner of the Kentucky Derby ever.
I only know Seabiscuit, man. I don't watch.
Seabiscuit?
Yeah, that's all I know.
I know Secretariat and American Pharaoh. That one won.
That's what. Okay, so that's what I was riffing off of was with Pharaoh's cock. Yeah, but I couldn't fully remember it.
So Secretariat was a Triple Crown winner from the 1970s, who I think still holds the record for all 3 Triple Crown races. But you might have to fact check me on that. But this year's winner was Golden Tempo.
That's what I said.
Nice.
Interesting.
Congrats. Is this the first race of the Triple Crown?
Yeah.
Cool.
The Preakness is in here in a couple weeks.
You know what I like that's regarding horse races is mint juleps.
Gambling.
That's what I like. Yeah.
Yeah. Drinking.
Yeah, I like drinking, and if you want to wear a big hat in the sun, go for it. But other than that,
speaking of drinking,
yeah,
name either the brand that is the signature bourbon of the Kentucky Derby, or the brand that is the signature timekeeper.
You mean a watch? What the fuck's a timekeeper?
The people that time the race and
sell
watches.
I was like, what the fuck's a timekeeper? It's a career that I didn't know.
And sell clocks.
You mean a watch? Yeah. I love to just flex my ignorance on this show.
You don't have to flex it. It comes out naturally.
Steven crashed, but he did send in his answer. So.
Oh, okay.
I have it.
I might actually.
I saw it on Discord.
All
right. What was Steven's answer then?
Buffalo Trace.
I think
Alden.
It's the same distillery, but I'm going to say Blanton's specifically.
Zach.
I went for Timekeeper. I put Casio.
See, I like that.
Matthew.
I can't remember. I think is it Maker's Mark? Is the one who.
It better not be, because
us.
that's owned by a Japanese company now. That's not even actually Kentucky anymore. So better not be. If it is, I'll be mad.
Right.
I think it's planned.
So the signature bourbon is Woodford Reserve.
Woodford Reserve. That's what it is. Oh
bullshit.
my God.
There's a horse on the Blanton's bottle.
And the
I would
signature
like to ask
timekeeper
for the
is
point, because I think I have dyslexia, and in my mind I saw an M, but I think it was a W. I think I should get a point.
In our hearts, you get an honorary point only. Yeah. Man, I could have sworn it was Blanton. Was it ever Blanton's at any point?
I don't know.
So there are other brands of bourbon that are lesser sponsors of it, but like the big one is Woodford Reserve.
Yeah. It should be either Four Roses or Wild Turkey, because those are both made in my home county. So
then why is there? I just don't understand why there's a goddamn horse with a jockey on it on the Blanton's bottle, but whatever.
You can put whatever you want on it if you own it.
I guess that's true. They duped me.
You didn't get it, Steven. I did submit your answer, though. It was whatever you're seeing right now.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
And then the timekeeper on this one was Longines.
It wasn't Casio?
No.
Oh, man.
It's the other watch.
Well, they got ripped off. Casio is all you need.
Yeah, $18.
Question 3. What 1850 folk song written by Stephen Foster about betting on horse racing includes the repeated lyric "doo-dah, doo-dah"?
Oh my God.
If Nick was here, I would make a big deal out of this being named after a town in Pennsylvania, but I'm not. It's such an obscure town that might not even help him.
Is it a township? Cheddar Cheese says, Wild Turkey is the official bourbon of waking up in a field wondering how waterfall ended. I don't know what that means, but I get the gist.
Waterfall, the game? Like where you
Is it the song or is it the game?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was...
I don't know. College was a blur, but yeah, waterfall was a thing.
All right. Steven?
Is it Oh Susanna?
Alden?
Master of Puppets.
Zach?
Camptown Races?
Matthew?
I just put, I don't know. I didn't even try to make a guess, to be honest with you.
I would love if it was the name, though.
Yeah.
So
the Pennsylvania town of I don't know.
Oh, Susanna was written by Stephen Foster, but
Wow.
the answer is Camptown Races.
Oh,
Man.
Nice.
So
Is that
good
the way-
job
like-
on
On the
that one,
board.
Zach.
bet my money on a bobtail dag. Somebody bet on the bay. Is that like another lyric of that song?
That's definitely sounds like it could be.
Yeah.
If
okay.
it's not, it should be.
I
Like
feel
we're
like I-
adding a verse.
I feel like I have like a vague memory of like a fucking Looney Tune song where they go doo dah
Yeah.
doo dah.
Oh,
That's
probably. They probably
it's
sang
time to
Camptown
pull that
Races.
up.
It's
Dun 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 doo
Yeah,
da.
that's what's.
That's what I had it, but it was
Yeah, but I don't know what that is.
but I don't know anything else about it. I haven't heard that since I was 4, so I don't know. But it's in there deep, you know.
Question 4. What annual event is the season opener for the NASCAR Cup Series? The 2026 edition was won by Tyler Reddick on February 15th.
It's unfortunate that if you're in NASCAR and your name is almost redneck, like
I think that's a benefit.
Well, your name could be Dick Trickle. So,
is this a person?
oh, that's an actual race car driver in NASCAR. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
Jesus, no!
I mean, going
You'd
by
think
Dick
it-
is a choice, though.
What kind of parent are you? That's child abuse. If you name your kid Dick, if your last name is Trickle, I'm sorry. Like,
Well, if your last name was Trickle and your full first name was Richard, you'd think you'd at least go by like a Rich rather than
oh
or
my
like
God.
Rick.
Yeah.
I'm Richard Trickle, and so you can call me cunt. Like, that's terrible.
Am I crashing again? Oh no.
Oh yeah, you are.
We can
oh,
hear
it's a,
you.
It's a
Oh,
good
no.
face though.
Okay, I'm coming back. Here we go.
All right, Steven,
Yeah.
Daytona 500.
Alden.
I grew up in Daytona, so I was just gonna say the 500 just because it's the only race I know. So
Zach,
Talladega.
Matthew.
that's a movie I know.
I put Daytona as well, but I think I spelt it incorrectly.
You spelled Daytona wrong, or you?
I don't even know how to. Where is Daytona? Is it in
Florida. Florida.
Okay,
Florida.
well, I don't know.
I live there. It's a shitty place. Don't go.
I've been there. It's a shitty place.
I've been there, and I don't know how to spell it. And it's.
Do you mean Florida or Daytona? I like
No,
Florida.
not Daytona. Just Florida.
Oh,
I've been to
yeah.
Daytona, but it's not the best part of Florida. Florida's cool overall.
Florida has its moments, but Daytona.
Yeah.
All right. Audience also says Talladega 500. The answer is the Daytona 500.
Hey! Oh my God! It's
Darn
the
it.
one I know.
Question 5. On April 26, 2026 in London, Kenyan Sebastian Sawe recorded the historic time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds in what event?
Looking
Horse
forward to
racing?
Alden's
I
answer.
don't know. It's a yeah, like in what event? Oh, are these all races? I don't even know. I was like, where horses were NASCAR. And...
Steven?
Is it a marathon?
Alden?
I did the other on. I did triathlon.
Zach?
I put longest time not getting stabbed in London.
Matthew?
I put the London Marathon. I have no idea.
All right. So this is essentially the equivalent of the first person to run the 4-minute mile in terms of how historic of an accomplishment this is. He is the first man to run the 2-hour marathon.
Damn.
Does that count for me? Because
Yes.
I did add a qualifier in London, and I don't know if
Well-
it's actually called that.
Well, it was in London.
Well,
It was
in
the London Marathon that he was
Oh.
running in, so you're good.
There you go. Yeah.
Question 6. What Dutch racing driver won 4 consecutive Formula One World Drivers' Championship titles between 2021 and 2024?
Danica Patrick.
Steven?
Al Unser the Fourth.
Alden?
Bowser.
Zach?
Felix.
Matthew?
I just put Von Dutch. I have no idea.
I hope it's Von Dutch. Von Dutch the Fourth, though, you know.
I'm sorry to disappoint. This is Max Verstappen.
You don't
Obviously.
say.
Obviously.
Question 7. What reality competition show with a grand prize of $1 million has been hosted by New Zealander Phil Kogan since its debut in 2001?
That's how you say that? Kogan?
I don't know. I didn't check. And on the show, no one says his last name. They just call him Phil. One of my favorite shows growing up. I'd like to be on it, but I'm too lazy to send in an application.
That really narrows it down, honestly. I mean, I don't know it still.
Not
but
even like too lazy to train for it or whatever, or too lazy to just send a letter. I'll never know. I love it.
All right, Steven.
Wait, what reality?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh,
Alden.
that would fucking make sense. It's $1 million. I don't know. I said Survivor. I don't really watch these things.
Zach.
I don't know. Pass.
Matthew.
I just put Guess Who. I don't even know who that guy is or what that show could be. I don't know.
All right, well, first of all, I don't know why Alden thinks that I would ever want to be on Survivor.
I know.
Yeah.
If I ever found myself on Survivor, I would just quit immediately.
As soon as Steven said Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I was like, oh my god, a trivia-based show. Why the fuck didn't I think of that? And it's for $1 million. I'm an idiot.
But since 2001, I mean, I guess the New Zealand version or something, maybe.
Or
No,
is he
guys,
just
this
a
is
New
The
Zealand
Amazing
hero?
Race.
Oh my god, it was neither. Okay. The $1 million really threw me. I was like, oh, Steven's probably right.
I felt good about it.
Was that going before then, though? Was that older than 2001? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Who cares?
Anyway.
Never mind. The trivia no one cares about. We'll move on.
Question 8. What term referring to a sailboat race is also used for Cub Scouting's rain gutter version that is essentially a Pinewood Derby for boats?
What do they send coffins down the street when it's raining? Like, what is this?
No, they get like a little gutter thing, fill it with water, and then you race your wooden boats.
But like with what wind? Like what power?
I like blowing on the sail with a straw.
What? So it's a test of lung capacity, not your build. I feel like this is.
When I was in Cub Scouts, I don't think we ever did this. I think we may have only stuck to the Pinewood Derby.
Yeah.
I remember the car race when I was in Cub Scouts, but yeah, I never did that.
Steven?
Kiting?
Alden?
Blowjob practice.
Zach?
Flutentog.
Matthew?
I have no guess. I have no idea.
This would be a regatta.
That was my second guess.
That sounds like a tasty pasta.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's my favorite penne.
Things I would have never
A
ever
regatta
for
Tony.
400 years.
All right. I really misjudged the difficulty of that round. Round 1 is supposed to be
Regatta, the fucking blow on my boat race for boys. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was no chance I was gonna know that. Like,
all right. At the end of round 1, we've got Alden. We've got Steven and Matthew with 2, Alden and Zach with 1, and the audience with none.
yay!
Yes. Is this the worst we've ever done going in round 2?
I think this is collectively the worst score. Like,
You know what they say that like if a teacher has a class and all of their students fail, then it's the teacher's fault. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So let's see if we can get back on track.
What if that
with
teacher
some
just
Star
had
Wars trivia?
Some real idiots, though, you know.
All right. Question 1. Yoda's home planet in The Empire Strikes Back for 2 points you will name.
For 2 points you will name. I just picked another. My spelling on this is going to be bad. And I don't know if this is the planet or the broader area.
All right, Alden.
Dagobah?
Zach.
Nibiru.
The only other planet I can remember is Alderaan, and that's not it, but I'm going to say it. I don't know.
Audience says Dagobah, which is correct.
Okay, I spelled it wrong? I don't even remember.
I didn't even see how you spelled it, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither.
Spelling
I got
doesn't
it.
count.
Thank goodness.
All right, question 2. Palpatine's iconic "Do It" line is a command to Anakin to execute what man at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith?
What if we don't remember their name, but we remember the actor?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Alden.
Is it Sam Jackson?
Steven.
66.
What?
They're asking for a person's name.
Oh, Palpatine's iconic "Do It" line is commanded Anakin to execute what man? Oh,
yeah.
The younglings.
Zach.
I have no idea.
Matthew.
I put Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I honestly don't remember.
Audience has it again. It is Count Dooku.
Okay.
Question 3. For 1 point each, what actor portrayed Lando Calrissian in the original trilogy, and what other actor portrayed young Lando in Solo: A Star Wars Story? Steven.
I have Apollo Creed and Jackie Chan.
Alden.
It's I don't know the first one. It's Childish Gambino or like is it Donald Glover or whatever?
Donald Glover, yeah. That's
Yeah.
I was trying to think of his real name, but I was like, I know his fucking rapper name. Like,
Yeah.
Zach.
I did the same thing. I put Billy D. Williams, and then I put Childish Gambino, and then I remembered it's Donald Glover.
yeah, I caught it like as I was saying it. I like got there, but what's
Matthew.
the first one?
Yeah, I said I don't know. I did not know.
All right. So, original trilogy is Billy D. Williams.
Oh, Zach got it.
And Solo: A Star Wars Story is Donald Glover. It would be pretty funny if Donald Glover had done his portrayal of young Lando as Childish Gambino.
Yeah. Just like never breaks Gambino character. Like,
You can remember his name because if you shorten it, it's Don Glover.
Ah. He and Dick Trickle need to go hang out at the Daytona 500.
All right. Question 4. The most iconic piece of merchandise to come out of the sequel trilogy. What is the name of this droid? Steven?
BB-88.
Alden?
I thought it was just BB-8.
Oh.
Zach?
BB-8.
Can I change mine from R2D2 to BBL? Since we're doing a bunch of BBs.
BBC.
It is BB8.
Yeah, too many digits.
8.
Give Steven half credit.
No,
because he went above and beyond. He gave you extra credit with another 8.
Mm-hmm.
Question 5. Many of the scenes set on Tatooine, both in A New Hope and throughout the prequels, were shot in what North African country?
I was hoping the answer was going to be Tatooine because I would have known that one. But
so, fun fact: the name of the planet Tatooine was inspired by a city in this country where they did a lot of filming. That's also called Tatooine.
Oh, okay. That's
spelled slightly differently. Steven.
Is it Libya?
Alden.
Egypt?
Zach.
Morocco.
I almost said
Matthew.
Morocco.
Yeah, my first was Morocco, and I was like, maybe Algeria, but I don't know.
Audience
Is it
says
Algeria?
Algeria. The answer is Tunisia.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm
between
actually not
Libya
mad
and
because
Algeria.
it was not even on my radar, so I'm fine with it. I'd rather not be close. You know what I mean? I'd rather just be like, nope, I'm a total idiot. Like that'd be like, that was my other option.
Question 6. By order of release date, Boba Fett's first appearance was in what piece of Star Wars media? Steven.
Episode 5.
Alden.
Episode 6. Return of the Jedi.
Zach.
Christmas special.
What?
Matthew.
I just did episode 2 because I have no idea.
It is.
There's a big feature in that, actually.
The Star Wars Holiday Special.
What the fuck is that?
Genuinely?
You haven't seen that? It's so bad, it's good.
What? Why did everyone know this?
There's a Lego
I think
version
Zach
too.
was the only one who knew.
I saw
Yes,
the Lego
it's-
thing.
Yeah. We're
Is
saying
this-
Merry Christmas again. We're not calling it the holiday special.
This came out before episode 6?
It came out in between episodes 4 and 5. So they kind of rushed it out to keep everyone like engaged with Star
What?
Wars material while they were working on episode 5.
You
I've
get to
never
meet
heard of
Chewie's
this.
family.
I saw the Lego thing, but I didn't know it was based on anything.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, I don't know. That's crazy. Moving on.
Alrighty. At the end of round 2, we've got Steven was 2, Matthew was 2, Alden was 6, audience was 6, and Zach was 7.
Wow.
Close.
So
I'm not
we
going
will
to
move
finish
on
strong.
to round 3, financial panic years,
Oh,
in which points are guaranteed to be awarded on every question, because if no one gets the year exactly right, the points will go to whoever is the closest.
that's just a way to make you look like a better teacher, you know?
Yes. Question 1. Murray Rothbard's doctoral dissertation was about the financial panic in this year. In it, he concluded it was caused by credit expansion of the Second Bank of the United States and state banks in the aftermath of the War of 1812. Steven?
1817.
Alden?
1818.
Oh my gosh.
Zach?
Well, just to prove I'm not being a jerk, I did put 1819.
I'll just put my 1818 up here too.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
I'll flash mine. I actually have
No, Matthew can do the funniest thing.
No, I did 1825.
I would love it if you were right, actually, and the close three were all way off.
No, one of you proved that they are a true Rothbard enjoyer because the correct answer is 1819.
Oh, damn it! I'm okay with being Rothbard enjoyer adjacent. You know, that's okay. I'll be one off. That's fine. I think that's actually more fitting for where I'm at. You know?
Still anybody's game.
Is it?
Probably not mine.
Wait, I thought you got it. Or did you say 17?
No, yeah,
I
I said
got
17.
Okay.
And I actually did know it. I'm very proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, question 2. The demonetization of silver in the United States, known by its detractors as the crime of this year, is one of many possible contributors to the panic in this year. Others include overinvestment in railroads after the Civil War and large property losses from fire in Chicago and Boston.
The first half of the question, I had a number in mind, and then you said Civil War, and I'm like, nope, it is not.
Yeah, right.
Steven?
1890.
Alden?
1868.
Zach?
1913.
They were
Matthew.
slow on them railroads.
I said 1871.
All right. Matthew will be getting the points because it is 1873.
Lucky guess.
Nice.
The crime.
Question
of
3.
1883.
The panic in this year, which began weeks before Grover Cleveland was sworn in for his second term as president, was a major contributor to the ascendancy of the radically different and much less laissez-faire William Jennings Bryan to the Democratic nomination for the next election, and the overall realignment of the two major parties. Steven?
1900.
Alden?
1880.
Zach?
I said 1959.
Matthew?
I said 1896, but William Jennings Bryan ran like 3 times for president, so I don't know which one it is.
He ran 3 times, the first time being in 1896 and then again in 1900 and 1908. The answer here is 1893, which means Matthew gets the points.
Yes.
Wow.
He's my favorite almost president.
Favorite almost president?
Yeah, that guy.
Nice. It's not Al Gore?
No.
Mine's Barry Goldwater.
All right, last one. Question 4. The proposal that ultimately became the Federal Reserve was born from a committee chaired by Senator Nelson Aldrich to investigate the cause of the panic in this year, during which J.P. Morgan had to pledge a large amount of his own money to shore up the banking system.
What? Okay. Nope.
All right, Alden.
1879.
Zach.
I forgot what I wrote. 1908.
Matthew.
I put 1915.
Steven.
1905.
I thought this was of a certain century, so I didn't go into the 1900s. At first, I had 1899, and I was like trying to be cheeky, but
I may have misled you a little bit. The answer here is 1907.
You're an absolute liar and a cheat and a scoundrel and an a-hole. I like went the other way because I was like, "There's no way he would say a century and then be outside of it." This is Zane we're talking.
Yeah, well, I didn't say that all the answers were going to be in the 1900s.
I didn't say that I actually meant what I meant, you know.
Anyhow, Zach gets the point on that one, which means that at the end of trivia, we have Steven with 2, Alden in the audience with 6, Matthew with 8, and Zach doing much better than he expected in this round.
Hey.
Wins tonight with 13.
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite number.
I love the hair.
Yeah. I think I look like Billy Ray Cyrus or something.
Right. Guys, I'm sorry. I got to head out.
That's all right. Good to see you, man.
Cool.
See ya.
Well, we're ahead, everybody.
Bye.
See you, Steve. That looks about right.
I'm going to run to the bathroom really quick, too, and I'll be right back.
Just bring a bottle and pee here.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
No, don't do that.
I like how he felt the need to come back on camera.
I know to say that.
He wasn't doing it.
He's like, leaves, and then he's like, no, I had to tell you, that was really weird, and I'm not going to do that. Like, yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to go next to this Thomas Massey and Tucker stuff, I believe. So, while we wait on him, though, because I know he has strong opinions on this, and he likes Tucker. I don't know if he likes Tucker, but he watches Tucker.
He says he watches Tucker at least, yeah.
Yeah.
I was curious.
So, I don't know, man. Zane, do you want to go ahead and do your plug now?
I feel so rude. I was just going to be like, I'm going to go get a beer. And then you said that, and I'm like, should I leave for his plug? Like,
no, you can. This is mainly for the audience, right?
Okay.
They got to know about the soil and water.
I'm going to offer my support for Zane the Dirt Guy and then leave.
By peeing in a bottle. All right. I am currently running for Fulton County Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor. If you want to learn more, go to voteplacie.com. I don't know how many of our viewers live in Fulton County. I would assume some of them do. So, you know, if you're not a Fulton County resident, I guess you can take this opportunity to pee in a bottle if you want to. But
I mean,
if you are in Fulton County, don't do that. And in November, vote for me.
Well, how many Fulton County voters live in Fulton County? So
7.
You never know.
Approximately 350 million.
That's a lot.
All of the country he lives.
You're definitely going to get more votes than any libertarian ever.
If you get 3 votes, that might be right.
I honestly think just by my name appearing on the ballot, I'm like essentially guaranteed to get at least tens of thousands of votes, which would be multiples of what Chase Oliver got in all of Georgia running for president. So that would be something.
Yeah.
This beer tastes terrible.
Yeah, I have a terrible beer too.
What do you got?
I don't love this. It's Innis and Gunn.
I haven't
Irish.
had Innis and Gunn in
I just don't love it.
I forgot about that as a beer, to be honest, until you pulled that up, and I was like, oh my God, Innis and Gunn. This is just a Coors Banquet, but it tastes funky. I don't know if this went bad or something. I'm going to drink it anyway. But
maybe you'll get the anti-incumbency crowd. You know, the people who are just yeah.
Well, I think that my target demographic is everyone who would normally write in themselves or write in Santa Claus.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, especially when there's like, you know, one person to vote for. I never do that. I would just skip it or write it in. So this one is normally 2 votes, 2 people. So you're right. The people who are just like, nah, I'm not going to do that, might vote for the guy who's just not incumbent. Because, I mean, pretty much guaranteed nobody's going to look into it before they go.
Yes.
Except like huge nerds.
Is that no one looks at this race. And so I can get tens of thousands of votes by doing nothing.
Some quack asks if the audience won. Actually, I won, but I dedicate it to the audience. So
this win goes out to the audience.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Matthew, real quick, while we're waiting on Alden to come back.
Yeah.
I did want to briefly revisit your proposal to pay stay-at-home mothers from the government, which I think it at least shows that like our priorities are aligned in terms of like what we think is important. But I still think that it's a bad idea for a couple of reasons. Why? But one of them is that like. So, like, why did it
used to be screw women, right? That's your position. No, I'm kidding.
Why did it used to be the case that people felt like they could support a family on one income, and now we don't feel like that? And I think that a big part of it is obviously like going off the gold standard, making the government able to print as much money as they want, devaluing people's wages. I think that's a part of it. But I think also people have just become accustomed through like cultural propaganda towards an expectation of a much higher level of consumption that they used to have. And so if we went back to a society where like a lot of women stayed home to take care of their kids and weren't working a job in the workplace, on one hand, I think a lot of pointless jobs that don't really accomplish anything would probably go away. But people would just have to accept like a lower level of consumption than they would have if both parents were working, just because there would be fewer people in the market nexus and more people would be staying at home raising their kids, which I think is a worthwhile activity. But to suggest that the way to make people like want to stay at home and raise their kids, well, I think for one thing, we kind of already see with welfare programs that are sort of like that, what happens, which is that it destroys the family rather than strengthening it. But also, like, imagine you did have like a 2-parent household where like the guy was working and the woman was staying at home raising the kids. So what you're essentially doing is taxing the guy's income to go to the government and then come back to his wife,
unless you tax the wealthy.
Extra steps.
Just tax the wealthy. Or one thing even Tucker has been talking about is capital gains is so much lower. Like the tax rate for capital gains is so much lower than income. And a lot of the wealthy people, like the billionaires, don't make most of their money on income.
Capital gains can be higher than income depending on when you, how often you.
But they often hold it and then take loans out, but which we could have a wealth tax as well. I mean,
so this has kind of brought it into a whole nother conversation about capital gains tax and wealth taxes, if that's how you're proposing to fund this, which is maybe not a conversation that we want to have right at this moment.
Tariffs, I really don't care. I mean, as long as the tariffs are set up right, but I mean, not in the way Trump's done it. But I mean, I think that it's a full-time job, and I think you should be compensated for it. Or the man could be compensated twice as much, or like a single, partner who's working and has, a partner who's not and has a kid, they get compensated. I mean, like the U.S. military will compensate like double your pay if you're married, which, is something I'd be in favor of in normal companies.
So would you be asking, well, then nobody's going to hire people of child rearing age. I'm not going to hire somebody if I think I might have to double their pay next year.
Force them.
You can't force people to have the money for that. What if I'm a small business? I don't have the money to like suddenly pay someone $200,000 a year.
I agree. That's why there's like limits. The same way I was talking about how there should be, like, if companies above a certain size, the workers should have an X amount of ownership. If you work at like a Google or an Apple, I mean, they don't need to pay their executives millions of dollars. First off, there should be a cap on how much more an executive can make than their lowest paid employee. Or if you want to do the average of how much employees above the like executive or like administrative level make. There should be
but
a
then
cap.
there's workarounds for that where you can just do like bonuses instead of income and things like that, and
count that in. Change the way it's done. Count that into overall yearly pay.
Like, how is it any of your business how a business is run? If you don't like how Google pays their people, don't work there.
That's how it was. You're right. That's how it was back before the Great Depression. And then we had something called the New Deal and the golden age of economic expansion, which was the 1950s. And at that time was when the middle class was created in the United States. That was because of New Deal policy and, World War II. But New Deal policy, which in union activity, which the richest, the executives of these companies only made X amount more than the actual workers. And we had the growth of the suburbs. We had the growth of the American middle class. And
all this was growing before the deal. And the New Deal
so if you look at percent growth of the median consumer, the fastest rate of that was actually like during what is now derogatorily called the Gilded Age. Like that was actually a boon for the consumer in terms of increases in the amount of their leisure, increases in their discretionary income. Also, you mentioned unions as well. If you look at like the increase in like the consumption ability of American workers was much greater than that of workers in Europe, even though union activity in Europe was way higher. So this is what the governments and unions like to do, which is come in and enact a bunch of regulations that they say will cause something that was already happening anyway. Then they actually slow down the rate of it, but then they take credit for the trend that was already happening and they just slowed down.
I will argue what you're saying based off someone from our trivia, which was William Jennings Bryan. William Jennings Bryan was like the Bernie Sanders of that time period. He ran 3 times and lost. Bernie Sanders ran 2 times and lost. But the topics William Jennings Bryan was talking about during his first run for president it was almost pointless for him to run for president at that time because he ran against the Democratic Party establishment and won and lost the general election. And the same way Bernie Sanders ran, he was talking about Medicare for all. He was talking about these policies which improve the livelihood of the average American. And now that's adopted by, I mean, you can disagree, and I know you all are libertarians or whatever, but it was adopted. And by the time he ran the 3rd time, it was almost like moot. Like there was no point for him to run because the party had adopted it, and both parties had become populist. And I think we're seeing the same thing now. I think we're seeing the Republican Party become a populist party, and right now they're at war with each other. You see Trump representing the establishment part of the party, which is kind of ironic with the way he ran in 2016 and in 2024. But he is representing the establishment, and you have members like Tucker Carlson and Thomas Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene representing the populist side. And in the Democratic Party, you see that same civil war going on. But I think give it 1 or 2 general election cycles, and there's going to be 2 populist parties the same way. But unions have made significant change. The 8-hour workday is unions. No child labor is unions. These are not just these
were all things that were happening anyway, and then the unions came in and were a tiny percentage.
Do you think we'd have child labor if not for unions right now?
Yes.
Like right now, my kid would be in the coal mines and just working in the spinning saw blade factory. Like we have.
All of these things are consequences of an increase in the overall standard of living.
But
we'd just be digging in the dirt if not for government, basically. Like we would be living some bullcrap peasant lifestyle if not for daddy government coming in to take care of us.
I don't know. I think that I have a headache. I'm going to take some medicine.
Sorry, I should stop yelling at you then.
No, he's just pouring tequila over there.
No, I'm taking ibuprofen.
Yeah. I've got a headache. So to go way back, I wanted to throw out real quick, like in terms of, because Zane, you just kind of re-brought up like the quality of living or whatever, and like there was a time like when it was the main expenditures were like things like you know, or the main things that we think of as expenditures were actually more relatively like proportionally affordable in terms of a house and a car and whatever. But like if you wanted like a color TV and a cell phone and a whatever, and like that stuff got like really expensive to have these like luxury items. And now we have luxury items that are like way cheaper. Like you can have, it's like TVs are like dirt cheap and Netflix is, you know, $20 a month or whatever. But then your more like food and gas and house and car are like really expensive. It's like it's a kind of a flip of the things. And we get like culturally, like I'll have like some of like, you know, parents and grandparents will kind of look and be like, oh, you need to cut these things out and, you know, live a different lifestyle and then you'll be able to afford things. And it's like, and then you do the math and you're like, okay, now I don't have Netflix and I don't have, you know, whatever. And I got a cheaper cell phone and it's like, I saved $31 and, you know, it's not a big fucking deal compared to, and I'm not saying there's not things we can't cut out. I'm just saying, when these people grew up, it was like, oh my God, you have a color TV? Like you must have fucking took a loan out. And that's not where we're at right now.
We also have so many more time-saving things. Like we have vacuum cleaners and dishwashers. Because like part of the reason, you know, we didn't have a 8-hour work day back in the day is because we didn't have time-saving technology. And you did have to pretty much work all freaking day to accomplish what you needed to accomplish. You know, especially like, you know, talking about stay-at-home mothers, like, you know, try doing laundry without a laundry machine, or, you know, we've all probably done dishes without a dishwasher, but like,
I mean, that's just what I do, but
you know, that's part of it too, is like, we have a lot more free time now.
Dishes are very different than laundry. I feel like going down to the river and beating laundry on a rock is real different than washing a cup. But
I will tell you, my great grandmother grew up in rural Kentucky before the sewer got out there. Mm-hmm. She had 8, 9 children, something like that. She would go out. They have a big farm. It's like 100 acres. She passed away like 10 years ago, but she was like 95. But when she had kids, I was told she would go out like half a mile down to the creek while she was pregnant
to get water.
Carry 2 buckets of water on her back.
Yeah.
Like and I was like, God,
it's work.
Woman she's a strong woman.
It'll keep you young, man.
Yeah.
Being able to carry weight like that, like over and over though. And like one of the markers that they look for longevity of life is being able to carry weight basically. And a lot of the cultures that they look at that like live the longest is like just like they're like out there gardening and carrying water and stuff for longer periods of time. Like we look at it as like, oh man, that was hard, but also it's like maybe we should all be doing a little bit more of that. Like, because I think, you know, you just said she lived at 95. Like,
well, yeah, well, my great grandparents are still alive and they're in their 80s. Like one's 80 something and one's 90 something.
Yeah,
and I hope it's just genetics because
right
I don't
there
really
you go.
Much, but I probably need to. But yeah, I mean,
all right.
they're strong.
Let's give Zane the last word, then let's move back to a topic we'll probably agree on. So,
no, I think we can move on.
Oh, you're good. All right.
Sorry for getting us so off track.
No, that's all right. It was fun. Let's see.
The track is whatever we make it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is going on? All right. So now we got the Tucker Massey stuff. So let's check this out.
So what is the current polling in your race? It's a single point lead for me. It's not very fluid. They've spent $10 million against me. And when I say they, I hope we get into they.
Yes.
And it's going to be close. It's just going to be, the result is going to be based on who turns out.
So it was 81% margin, 76, 75, like full on blowouts in the Republican primary district in Kentucky. And now it's within a couple of points and you could lose.
Correct.
And the difference is they have spent $10 million against you. So I don't think anyone would dispute that. That's the difference. The money poured into this race from outside of Kentucky is basically pushing you to the point of almost losing. and you may lose. Where'd that money come from?
Well, it didn't come from regular people. It's come from billionaires, and 95% of it, at least 95%, has come from the Israeli lobby. I'll give you their proxies. The RJC, which is the Republican Jewish Coalition, AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, Miriam Adelson, Paul Singer, and John Paulson went together. They funded a PAC called MAGA Kentucky, which is neither MAGA nor Kentucky. But when the ad
any of them live, who are those three people?
They have been, Miriam Adelson is the gambling magnate who's ironically makes money from the Chinese now gambling and not in Las Vegas.
And she's literally an Israeli.
Yeah, she was born there.
Yeah.
She's given over $200 million to the president. He puts her on the stage. He says that she's influenced his own policy and attitudes toward Israel. And so she's trying to buy a congressional seat in Kentucky, along with the rest of these groups that are probably, by the way, getting her money as well. There's also another interesting faction called Christians United for Israel. They're really just another wing of AIPAC and RJC that's been used to co-opt Christians into supporting their position. And their position is more war, it's more strife, it's more bombs, it's send more foreign aid. And those are the things that I've been voting against. So the real reason that this race is a serious race and I may lose is because a foreign lobby has fully funded to the extent that they've never done in any Republican race ever before my opponent.
It's a crazy concept.
All right. Yep.
Of so much like foreign intervention, and it's happening at all different levels of government, and I find it really troubling. I'm curious what you think of this, man.
I think Israel should be sanctioned. I don't think their lobbyists should be able to spend money here in the United States. And I think the core to this, it's not even about just Israel. I mean, Israel obviously is what's in the news because of the genocide in Gaza.
But more of like the underlying principle of it.
Money in politics. Well, I mean, just in general, money in politics. That is what's holding back our Congress and our elected representatives, the people we pay. I pay my taxes. You all pay your taxes.
Lobbying in general, right?
Lobbying in general.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's insane, but
and from even from a libertarian perspective, right? Like all these bills that get 99% written by lobbyists, you're essentially like buying the ability to exercise dominion over everyone else.
Yep.
It's not even the people it's not even our elected representatives writing these bills. It's not even like they are having AIPAC or whatever PAC write their bills. They're submitting them, and then all the people who are paid by them and wine and dine by them are supporting it.
Yeah.
And it's
like the difference between writer and director and producer and like actor and like just like say the lines and it's and you're getting fed the lines, like it's very different.
It's like Chuck Schumer is like Matt Damon, or it's like they are just reading a script. They are reading a script, and that's all it is.
I picked the analogy of actor like very intentionally too, because I really do think that they are just actors and puppets, and
are there actors?
Politicians are just like very just not real, like not what we want.
Yeah. Sorry, are there actors who don't read the script? Because we know that like half the politicians don't read the bills.
No, like
all ad-lib politicians.
Yeah.
Which Donald Trump might be one of them.
They're all
ad-libber. Yeah, that makes sense. But it's definitely something that I think is just not a good idea to have in general, but specifically having foreign intervention just feels like the most obviously a bad idea to me. But
no, I mean, I don't care if it's Israel, I don't care if it's Russia, I don't care if it's China, I don't care if it's the United Kingdom, I don't care if it's Canada. No nation on this earth should have the influence over our politicians and our foreign policy and our domestic policy that Israel does.
There's crazy laws that are like codes that are written where it's like, oh, you want to be the mayor of this weird little Texas town, and it's like you got to sign this thing that's like you got to support
BDS, like you can't support BDS. Yeah.
It's wild. Like, why is I part of becoming a mayor of some town in Texas? Like, that's just insane to me. I don't get it.
It is absurd. It's absolutely absurd. And honestly, I don't see a future for Israel. I don't see a future. I see Israel turning into the South Africa of the 1990s. Like, Israel will collapse, either internally or externally.
Or will they just migrate elsewhere? And
I mean, many people will leave. But the modern state, a Jewish state, which is just an ethno state. Imagine calling the United States a white Christian state. I mean, like, it's absurd, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. And it's and liberal values, which libertarianism comes out of old school, like, liberalism of like a long time ago.
Personal liberties first kind of thing. Like,
ethno states are nowhere in that at all. And this is just, it's an ethno state. They have genocidal intent. They're committing war crimes.
When you're an ethno state, if you're defined by ethnicity, then I feel like genocidal, like it feels like the opposition is then gene based. If your definition of who you are as a nation is gene oriented, so I can see where that would be. That would fit, I guess. But
and if you want to go into genes, and if you want to go into history, Palestinians, which my partner is Palestinian, but Palestinians have more genetic similarities to the ancient Israelites than white Jewish people do from Northern Europe. I mean, these people are white settlers who came into former Ottoman territory after the seizure of it by the British Empire in World War I. They sent white Jews who probably came from people who converted. They're not actually descended from the ancient Israelites, and they're claiming that God gave them this land. I mean,
I think you're as Jewish as Benjamin Netanyahu, because his last name was Milanowski.
Isn't he related to Milei? Like
Milei of Argentina?
Argentina? I think he's related.
Who
actually
knows? I mean, but I'm Polish, and Poland used to have synagogues, churches, and mosques all near each other back during the Polish Lithuanian Commonwealth, which is actually the first country in Europe.
Is that not true anymore?
No,
okay.
because
of
World War
II, I don't know.
Because of World War II and the absolute slaughter by the Nazi fascist regime.
Right. I mean, I understand the history. But like today, even still, like that's still
there's actually a rise in like Catholic nationalism in Poland now.
Interesting.
Now I think the left wing, by left wing I mean like center left, like Democratic Party-esque people came into power. So not actually left wing, but
not
I think the left wing. I think it's like the Liberal Party is in charge now, but used to be the Conservative Party or something.
How many parties do they have there? Like, is it different than our system where like, do they like 5,
I think it's
10,
a parliamentary system. So I think they have a couple parties.
Yeah. Like more than just the two main, like,
because
I know like Europe or whatever, it's like, it could be one of 16 that or whatever that could maybe be like in the running this year or whatever. But how do you feel about that in general in terms of like the number of parties?
Let's not do that. Sorry.
No? Oh, whatever.
We're at like almost 10 o'clock. And we got.
My bad. Yeah.
So
I'm just drinking and talking.
Changes. Yeah, I know. I got to keep us on. I'm the time lord or whatever.
You're Mr. Casio. Yeah.
All right, let's watch this one. It's a minute long, and I think he gets it. Oh, yeah, Epstein's on the screen.
A man's name who may be a co-conspirator and threaten on the internet that they've done this, then they have released files. For instance, with Leslie Wexner. He's the billionaire who resides in Ohio. Pam Bondi, when I pointed out to her that she had redacted his name from the files, she said, well, his name appears thousands of times in the files. I said, yes, but in the one instance where it appears on an FBI document listing him as a co-conspirator in a child sex trafficking ring, his name has been redacted. In the only one place where it implicates him, you redacted it. And so I know what your question is. It was my question to her. Who redacted it? They're not giving interns a bucket of Sharpies and a bunch of documents spread out and saying, go draw a line through anything you don't think should be released. It's all on a computer and you have to log in, and every redaction belongs to somebody. So what I want to know, and I asked Pam Bondi and she refused to tell me, is who particularly redacted that a man's name who may be a co-conspirator and threatened on the internet.
Let's jump into the next.
That they've done this.
Let's jump into the next one too, because it's related. Epstein also. So,
in the probability in my mind that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself went from 5% to 0%.
I like that it was 5 to 0.
Serendipitously recorded of Ehud Barak when he was about to leave as defense minister of Israel. Jeffrey Epstein was advising him on his next career steps. And in this recording, just cool as a cucumber, he says, make a list of everybody that owes you something for all the things you did for them while you were in government.
Oh, shit.
And then go get on these boards and draw a check. And like he was explaining like how Ehud Barak could make money once he left the employ of the government of Israel. And this is a recording. It's an insight into Jeffrey Epstein's mind that you don't really get otherwise, even through emails. And it was revealing to me. Jeffrey Epstein strikes me as the kind of guy who wouldn't be that worried that he was in prison. I think in his mind, it was a temporary condition.
Yes.
That he either needed to blackmail somebody, or maybe he had enough blackmail, or more likely than blackmail, he just had enough connections that somebody would spring him pretty soon.
They probably did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's all for the Thomas Massey videos. So yeah, last thoughts here before we go on to the funny stuff and wrap up. But Epstein, we do have Drunkard of the Week. I almost forgot next, but Epstein files, Epstein killing himself, Epstein living in Israel and playing Fortnite. I don't know. What do you think?
Or Miami or wherever.
Yeah.
You've really got to hand it to Thomas Massey and everyone else for keeping the Epstein thing in the limelight for this long. Because you have to realize that Epstein didn't kill himself has been a meme since 2019. We're talking about 7 years in a culture where the lifespan of most memes lasts like 2 weeks. So the fact that they just, obviously the stakes with this thing are like a lot higher than your normal meme. So there is that element to it. But the fact that they have just not let up, it's like a dog with a bone. This thing is not going to go away no matter how long it takes to get something done with it. I mean, it's commendatory.
Matthew, do you think he killed himself?
No.
Okay.
No, Epstein did not kill. Epstein was, I think it was Donald Trump in that orange jumpsuit who snuck in there. That's the actual conspiracy.
Do you think he's even dead?
I think he's dead. Okay. I mean,
there's some weird stuff around that, but I don't know if we have a lot of time to get into it. But.
I could believe if like presented with the evidence that he's alive somewhere. I think he's dead. I think it's more likely that the elites who were implicated killed him. I think that's just more likely.
I would say
I'm against him being alive. I mean, I am against the guy being alive.
I mean, personally, sure, yeah. I hear that.
Square, but
look into the if you're interested in this, look into some of the accounts of his the coroner's report or autopsy or whatever, and with his body and tattoos and organs that were present that he had removed previously, which are
he had organs from he had his prostate removed.
It was
he had his prostate removed and it was in the autopsy.
It was something like a prostate or whatever that was and then present in the autopsy. Very strange fucking things. Why are there always these weird goddamn things where it's just it's not easy, where it's just he's dead and here's his body Oswald. And it matches his fucking history. Why would it make sense? Anyway, it's weird. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean, I think he was murdered, but I wouldn't be opposed to the idea that he's alive. But I don't know. I just think it's more likely that the Clintons and Trump got together and murdered him.
It's easier just to kill them. It's the same thing.
Easier to kill them.
It's the same thing when people say all these things are false flags or it didn't this shooting didn't really happen. I'm it would be easier just to go in there and really shoot people than it would be to make it look like you shot people.
What do you all think about the 3 attempted Trump assassinations? Those
There's something messed
those
up.
are sketchy.
Yeah,
Those are sketchy.
The more that they happen, the more I think that something is going on. Like honestly, the first 2 during the campaign, I still feel this way. The political temperature, so to speak, was so high. There were so many people that didn't like him. I felt like it was a thing that could happen, that 2 people could try to assassinate him. The most recent one,
but the facts of the case
of all weird. The ones that are gonna that could be a false flag, I think it would definitely be that one, given that we are in the middle of a super unpopular war and he's probably just desperate for anything.
How do you feel retroactively going back to like the ear thing?
Well, I haven't really given that one a lot of thought, because I still think in 2024, like it was still the case that there were a bunch of people. I'm not talking about if we elect this guy, it's going to be like the end of democracy or whatever.
There's always someone that could want to kill someone. That's not an argument for like whether something like made sense or not, like given the facts of the scenario. You know what I mean? Like I could give you a motive, that's fine. But.
So what about Charlie Kirk on
I almost brought that up.
I was just about to bring this up.
I've seen ballistic experts talking about this.
Yeah.
And the bullet from that gun could not have done what happened. Like it would have been like
there's so much weirdness with that.
I think it's all weird. And I think there's a lot that needs to be uncovered. And I think that the only way to get to it is by electing people like what I talked about earlier.
Real people.
Thomas Massey, people like Ro Khanna, like populists. I don't care if it's the left or the right.
I don't know much about Ro Khanna, but I would like anyone that's not taking money from lobbyists and AIPAC and Israel or whatever the hell else is, feeding money to, it just feels like it's so clearly a bribe. Like it's.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially when it comes to like, I want to elect good people. I wish we had tons more Thomas Masseys, but we are never going to get to the bottom of most of this. Just like we're now in 2026, and they still will not say that, COVID came from a lab in Wuhan. We all know it's true.
An American-funded lab. Like, we had our own interest in said lab, too. It wasn't even just a lab in China. It had we had our fingerprints on it. Like,
I think it's because technically, like, and I'm blanking on the term, and I remembered it back in 2020, but like where they genetically engineer viruses, that's against international law.
Oh, gain of function.
Yeah, gain of function. We do it. China does it. Russia does it. We all do it.
Yeah, and we say we don't, and then of course we're all doing it behind the scenes. Yeah. Like, yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing is they don't want to admit they're breaking international law.
We made a tick that makes you allergic to red meat. Like, ha ha ha. Like,
that's another thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So I guess like my tiny bit of pushback on you right now is that like I've heard you say a few times like, well, if I were presented with evidence, I would believe that, and like 100%, I agree.
You're talking to Matthew?
Yeah, or mostly Matthew, but it's like that's never going to happen. No, they're never going to come out and be like, guys, we actually did kill Kennedy. You got it.
Yeah, I mean,
we really have to make up our own mind.
Got
just
the
based
release.
on what we can figure out.
But the thing with like Kennedy is like I've seen people talk about. I just haven't personally seen someone argue that he's alive in a convincing way for me.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I totally get that.
Like,
no,
I'm not saying like the government needs to come out and be like, oh, this is how Epstein is still alive in like Ohio or whatever. But like,
I get you. Someone needs to make a compelling case.
Someone needs to make a case to me. It doesn't have to be the DOJ, but like if somebody could make that for me and like present it to me in a way that's convincing, I might believe it.
And it does. I totally agree with what you're saying, and that's I think the right way to look at it. It does bug the crap out of me though when people are like, "Well, the government won't admit that someday they'll admit they killed Kennedy, or the files will come out." There are no files
that's a trickle
that say,
effect of
"Hey
like,
guys,
well,
we're going to kill."
Why did you kill Kennedy, and why did you hide that, and why did you do whatever?
Just like there are no files that say, "Hey, we're going to create a virus in Wuhan and release it." There's no files of people sitting around.
And then social experiment to see what we can get away with controlling a population and entire industry and lockdowns and crazy things and jabs and whatever.
Can I ask a slightly adjacent question, but still on the topic of conspiracy and stay on topic? What do you all think about aliens? because this is a big topic, and I can't decide whether it's trying to distract us from Epstein and like what's going on, or if it's real. And I lean on the side that it's real, but I don't know what you all think.
I think it's a thing, but I don't think it'll be, if there's like a disclosure event and if they tell us more and more, like if they release more and more, I don't think it's going to be what they say that it is, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't think whatever they want you to believe it is, I just turn the other way from most of that. But I don't think it's without its like roots, you know, as a phenomenon. But I don't trust the narrative that they're going to spin about it or whatever, you know.
So you're kind of on the stance of like Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon was talking about, I was watching his podcast. He was like, the Trump administration is going to pull off like a fake alien invasion. It's going to be the most unbelievable thing you can imagine. Like, no one's going to be like some fake thing. And is that
I think we've been testing how people respond socially. I think we've been testing technology in terms of like whether it's, you know, hologram or whatever, or AI, or, you know, like, and I think 9/11 was part of this in terms of, this is I won't get much into it, but I think it was early in the legs of like just able to kind of be enough technologically to like do this kind of a thing. My personal, you know, take on that is that it was like raw it was in its infancy, like level, like AI and things like that, and trying to manipulate like live footage and make people believe on the news that a thing is happening. I think 9/11 and COVID and these other things, I think they're dry runs for something bigger, and I do think something bigger could be coming down in terms of another like real deal thing that's going to be, you know, like pushed on us for like, it's going to be an infringement of rights. It's going to be like an infringement of safety. It's going to be infringement of like how you feel, you know, secure and how life operates one day. And it's going to be up to everyone to do their own work to discern what the truth is or not. But I do think that the mass impact of said event will be real. And is it going to be another virus? Is it going to be UFO related, whatever? Like, I don't know, but I want people to just not trust their goddamn government. Honestly, like, overall, just like, please look into it and do your own work and try to be safe and treat your neighbors well. And just like, maybe have some fucking food on you. Like I tell people all the time, I'm just like, have some cans of food. You know what I mean?
I have 2 cans of SpaghettiOs. That's all I have in cans.
Bro, get I'm telling you, get a fucking one of them black and yellow totes from Costco, and every time you go to the grocery store, just get 5 BOGO cans of chicken and beans and just throw it in there. I don't care. Like, just do something.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you
as you can. Like,
Alden, that there definitely is something. Like, I don't know if it's angels, demons, aliens, interdimensional, but there's some phenomenon.
Yeah.
But the more people like Anna and Paulina Luna talk about it, the less I believe in it. Like, whatever they are pushing,
I
don't trust.
They've all hinted
all
at
of them. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
They all suck, and there's the most
you'll get little
least believable people on the planet.
Have you seen this weird guy called Daryl Anka online? I think he like goes like Bashar. It's like this guy who closes his eyes and supposedly he's like channeling some alien.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's weird, like spiritual kooky stuff, but part of me is like, oh, that's kind of cool, and part of me believes it. And I don't know if I'm weird.
No, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I think it would be more likely to be like channeling a demon who claims to be an alien.
It might be though. Like I'm not even.
I mean, who knows?
I'm not even that like traditionally, you know, conventionally religious or whatever. But I'm open to the idea that it's something that is more of that ilk or whatever. If that's
I mean, I'd say I'm spiritual. Like I believe in a God, but all the specifics, like I don't know. Like God created just humans, and we were created like 6,000 years ago. I don't know about that.
He also created giraffes.
Apparently.
Which is, yeah.
Do you know that we have the same amount of vertebrae as giraffes? That's wild. Do you know in our neck?
Really?
Yeah, apparently. That's Alden trivia. That's weird.
Wrap us up, Zane, and then let's go to the funny stuff and drunk.
Well, I'm just going to say, even as a Christian, like there is nothing in the Bible that says that there's not aliens. There's also nothing in the Bible that says that the Earth was literally created 6,000 years ago. So just want to take the opportunity to say that younger. I'm just going to say that young Earth creationism is not the only allowable Christian opinion on this.
Okay, Protestants created that. It's the greatest mistake of Martin Luther.
Oh, huh. Protestants.
The 4004 BC thing as the creation. That was actually not Martin Luther. It was the Usher chronology. I think it was like a British guy in the 1600s.
It all came about because of Martin Luther. He should have never created Protestantism, and he should have never nailed his theses.
Thesis thing? Yeah. I know that much. That's all I know.
Major mistake.
Typical Polish Catholic thing to say.
He nailed it to his own church.
German?
That's all.
Polish. Okay, I get it.
That's all I know about it.
At the time that this guy Usher was doing it, it actually kind of was like serious scholarship in a way. It's obviously not anymore, and people should stop calling the one thing that really annoys me is when Christians who are young Earth creationists say that all of the ones that aren't are like heretics, because it's absolutely not an essential doctrine. But
in Kentucky, we have the Creation Museum, which has an
I've been there. I've been to the Ark. I've been to the Ark.
There are dinosaurs in that thing, and that is heresy. That is heresy, is what that is.
That's so funny. I've never been there.
When
I went to Kentucky,
it's absurd.
I went to Buffalo Trace.
You went to Frankfurt?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I did like a pilgrimage for whiskey. I went to Buffalo Trace and Four Roses and like a bunch of different places. So I did that.
You were in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah,
Four Roses in Lawrenceburg. Did you go to Tyrone and like go over the S Bridge?
We were drinking whiskey all day, and
you don't remember
all the bridges were S bridges.
Someone else was driving me, and
There's only two S bridges in the world: one in Lawrenceburg, my hometown, and one in Japan.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah. I don't remember that part. I just remember the whiskey and going to I think we tried to go to Wild Turkey and they were closed and we were pissed. And we went somewhere else.
Well, Wild Turkey is literally right next to the S Bridge, so you probably.
I probably drove over it then. I don't know.
We did, yeah.
Because we went to there and then got basically turned away by a gate, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my Kentucky experience.
Well, let's go straight into Drunkard of the Week. Then we got a few funny things. So
we segued well with whiskey talk.
Fucking drunk.
Well, 19th or blue.
Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball.
This is everything about it's a clam. I love it.
I gotta be honest with you. I feel like I'm a little bit too drunk to stand up.
On Tuesday, asshole.
I'm drunk right now.
Court-fed Fred coming out of the Regal Beagle bar. Now he's wondering if the alcohol's kicking in as he spots something off in the distance. And of course it's Pookie the crackhead once again. Comes out of nowhere and lands in the perfect spot. Parks his ass right into the handicap zone. Man, talk about having your head on a swivel. Nowadays, you just never know whether you're going to come out of a bar and get attacked by a crazy messy zombie. And all you're trying to do is take your woman out on the town just for a night at the Regal Beagle. And then this happens. And now it's time to add Pookie to the Ludicrous Hall of Fame.
Bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Oh, bitch.
You good hit?
We want to be free to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
We want to get loaded. Yeah. And we want to have a good time.
The great thing about this clip is that it's like a classic case of redirection, because almost all of the momentum was coming from the crackhead.
Yeah. You would think.
So it's like using your leverage.
Plant foot, man. I don't know. It works.
All right. Let's see. We got a few funny videos. I don't know why they're all so small today, but I did not mean that about the video, but about the video player itself.
You're canceled, Zach. You're canceled.
Oh my god.
Is this the raid on the Scientology place?
Yeah.
Zach, your comment's gonna haunt me for weeks.
All right, and then here's a Palantir run.
Oh no.
Oh my God!
You guys really need to get out of here.
Let's go to the M&M store.
Yeah, okay, let's go, let's go.
All right, let's see. It looks like, oh yeah, here's another one.
Go the Scientology.
Mignon, tonight we meet Tom Cruise. All right, here we go. Hello, we are here to meet Tom Cruise. Inside. Curse you, Shannon. Okay, maybe this will change your mind. Voila! Feast your eyes upon push-ups. Go, go! If you let us meet Tom Cruise, you can do whatever you want with this one. Everybody beg! We commence dance recital. Go! Oh, yes!
This is reminding me that
They are still
our normal
unimpressed.
host, Jake, was a
Why don't we go?
minion for Halloween once in college.
He could be in here.
He might be.
That might be why he's missing right now.
Yeah, I'll see.
Who chooses to do this? Like, who's like, yeah, I'll do this. I would be so embarrassed if I did that.
I mean, how much money is in it? Because I would do
Nothing.
it.
Probably nothing.
Negative money.
If there's money in it and it's innately anonymous, they've got masks, I would do it for whatever that $6 or $9 grand APAC payment was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think the minions are paying $6,000.
Yeah. Not only is there
he's a minion,
there's no money in it, you're going to be harassed by Scientologists.
yeah.
All right.
The worst kind of harassment.
Well, except by Zionists is probably worse.
Oh, fair.
What are your jobs? I sold my soul, and I work for a defense contractor. You work for a defense contractor? Wow, that is not who I thought you were going to be. Can I get some pronouns going? She, her, okay, got it. Are you a trans woman? May I ask that? Is that right? You're a trans woman. Now, are you the only trans woman working at the defense contractor? No. There's just a defense contractor full of trans women? Just dropping bombs on brown people?
What's your minds?
How about those pronouns? Okay, so you make motors for what exactly? Rocket motors. Oh, rocket for rockets. So like when that school in Iran. Dude, that's a pickle for a liberal, don't you think? You're like, technically the motors were made by trans women. No. Were you on the side of liberals? But are you a liberal? Okay. You're very leftist. But then help me understand the logic. But that's a lot. Isn't that a lot of money? I feel like there's a middle ground somewhere in there. Are you like pro-capitalism? No, you hate capitalism. You just build rocket motors for our military? What were those?
Barista. Went straight from barista to this.
You got radicalized at a Starbucks? It was local. I'm sorry. How dare I accuse you of working at a terrible corporate entity like Starbucks? I don't understand you one little bit. You go to therapy. You talk about building the rocket motors in therapy. Okay. Tell me what your trauma is. Your dad is your trauma? Yeah. You know what some people's trauma is? Getting hit by a highly.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Yep.
All right. And last one says, the way the United States closed the Strait of Hormuz.
Interesting. Oh no! Love it. I've seen that. That's an old clip of tack welding his head into the rail. But good new context.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it for us. So we did drunkard, we did fun stuff.
We'll
go backwards.
Trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. We covered all the bases, I think, tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Zane already talked about his soil and water district commissioner run. So voteplacie.com.
Extensively about 19th and a little 20th century fucking financial whateverism.
Yeah.
Where are you running at, Zane? Where is it at?
Fulton County, Georgia.
Oh, you live in Fulton County?
Yeah, I don't live in city of Atlanta. I live in one of the northern suburbs, but still in Fulton County. So, fun fact, you'll probably appreciate this. In order to qualify to be on the ballot, I had to get 25 signatures, and then take. That's it. Which is part of why I picked this race to run in, because of how easy it is.
Yeah.
You get 3 people to sign.
Despite that, this is the first time that it's been
he probably
contested
wrote 20 of them himself.
Yep.
No, they verify them. Yeah.
We believe you.
Yeah, 25, a pretty reasonable number. Unlike all the other signature requirements in Georgia, by the way, which are crazy if you want to try to get on the ballot
10,000
as anyone other than a Republican or a Democrat. But in this race, because it's nonpartisan, only 25. Despite that, it's the first time in over 10 years that this position has actually been a contested race. It's always been either one person running for one position or 2 people running for 2 seats. So I decided I was just going to throw a little wrench in the works here. But I had to qualify, I had to take my signatures down to the Fulton County Elections Hub, which is the very same one that the FBI just raided a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. That's
why did they raid yours?
No, this
did they say, Zane, you lied, you're cheating.
No, I don't think they're too interested in my race.
They should be. They should be.
Yeah.
All right.
Who knows what he's going to put in the dirt, you know?
Yeah. Matthew, where can people find you? Or, you said you had been making some content. Do you want to?
Yeah, give out the address of your new house online.
Yeah.
It's in Louisville.
There you go. Yeah, that narrows it down.
I mean, you can find me at Pan Zeitgeist. I've been debating the name. I might just want to change it to Matthew or something. But it's Pan
from Pan Zeitgeist to, I don't know, Matthew.
I changed it because I was like, I don't want people to know my name. I don't really care anymore.
There's a lot of Matthews. It's okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but are there a lot of Matthew Grzynkowiczes? I mean,
not as many.
Maybe.
There's 2, and my father's one of them.
And I'm the second. Yeah.
I'm the second. Yeah.
Weren't we kind of surprised that there's actually like a lot of Cieselskis in Pennsylvania or something on one episode? Because one of our other panelists is Nick Ciesielski, and I'm like, oh, no one has that name. He's like, no, a lot of people have that name in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Apparently, it's like a thing.
I've never, but yeah, I mean, you can find me at Pan Zeitgeist. I deleted all of my stuff on Twitter because I thought it was cringe, and on my Instagram, there's like 10 posts or something.
Twitter
you can find
rebirth,
me there. Do what?
A Twitter rebirth where you just like metamorphosis. You delete and start over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I kept one video I had that had like 1-point-something million views.
Just like one naked dancing video,
Dang, dude.
No, well, it was one video, and it was like barely me in it, and it was like, epic rap battles of history, and it was like, it's like I'm Adolf Hitler, commander or something of the Third Reich. Little known fact, also dope on the mic or whatever, and that's the audio of it. And it's like anytime you translate an Israeli tweet, and that got a bunch of so many views.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. I think I've seen that back in the day. Was that versus Darth Vader or something?
Hitler versus Darth Vader, which is iconic. And I recommend all viewers to watch that epic rap battles of history video.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Also, go find a Israeli tweet and translate it. They say the most messed up stuff.
Literally.
Yeah. Sound advice. Well, I'm glad to have you back on again, Matthew. It was fun, man. I was like picking your brain.
Yeah, it was nice to talk to you all as well. And I mean, I'd be happy to come on again or just talk to you all outside of it. I mean,
I'm curious now because you were just like you were so honest about like, hey, a few years ago I had this belief and I was wrong. And like, come back in 6 months and just tell us where you're at and tell us. I want to see like what were you like. So emphatic about at one point, and then you're like, you know what? I've changed my mind. I just love people that
in a few months you'll come back and be like, violence is the only answer.
War is everything. Yeah.
I don't think I can support violence. Yeah. No. But yeah, I mean, I think being honest about where you were wrong is something that a lot of people lack in our society. And I think I was wrong
so much, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a dumbass. I was wrong. Sorry.
I won't agree with everything I said.
You were in 7th grade.
Today, you know what I mean? Like tomorrow. Like, I genuinely want to support that. I appreciate.
I feel like
that.
you were weird for being into politics in 7th grade.
I'm still
weird
weird
for
being into politics at the age I am for how much I'm into politics.
There you go.
I went to school for politics. Like it's so weird. And I'm weird, and I
went to school for art, so why the fuck am I even here? You know,
literally, why'd you waste your time at university going to school for art,
dude? Talking about things that I regret and disagree with of my past self for real. Like we could have a whole hour about just my mistakes at art school.
I've been in grad school for political science. Mm-hmm. I think it's a waste. Like studying political science. It's all in the doing. Like studying it, like I guess, you do polling, but it's almost pointless. Like politics is in the doing. It's in the action. It's in running for office. It's in making policy. That's politics. It's not sitting behind a computer screen polling people. That's not politics.
It's whatever you do on Epstein Island that they then use against
politics. That's politics.
It's in the doing and in the blackmailing.
It's in the doing and the doing. So
fair enough. No better ending line than that, maybe.
Yep. All right. Well, it was great talking to you, Matthew. I hope you do get to come back maybe another time when Jake's back on. And I don't know. We got
Good luck with your move. Maybe next time we'll see you in a fully furnished, non-echoey room.
Well, I will tell you, I have 2 of these. One of them is, and I'm going to show you. And I have another one that came out after. I have this.
Oh.
I framed the New York Times, the red apple. This will be right here, and I'm going to have the second one right there.
So not just a naked wall. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm going to have.
I'm going to hold you to that. Next time we see you,
I promise. I
want something on the wall.
There will be something on the wall. Right now, I have like 20-something windows in this house, and they're all different. They're all different windows. So this is
every one of my windows in this house is a different size.
This house was built in 1925. And
oh wow!
Literally.
Yeah.
And so it's all weird. Though I did buy a bar cart that looks like a globe off of Facebook Marketplace, and that is really cool. And
that's
I'm very happy
actually.
It. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, but
I want to see that next time too.
Yeah, it's over there. I mean, I'm not going to drag it over here.
No,
I'm gonna have my Kentucky bourbon in there, so I can. From Kentucky. Yeah.
Apparently, Woodford Reserve, the official bourbon of the Derby.
Apparently, it slipped my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from Kentucky, and I mean, and I live in Louisville, where the Derby is, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I actually
I'm glad that
near
you got
Churchill
it
Downs.
I feel better about it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
He actually lives on the racetrack. Anyway,
I literally do. No.
I jerk off the horses for my career, and I didn't know. Like,
that's it. Ending there. Goodbye.